I have 1,001 things to do as a childcare business owner. I need help. I need to outsource tasks. How the heck do I do that? If that's you, I want you to keep watching. So let me tell you a story. When I started my childcare center, I went into it full force. I thought that I had to be the one that put the key in the door every single morning to open the center, and I thought that I had to be the one locking up every single afternoon. I did that for years until guess what happened? I burned myself out. I was miserable on the weekends. I was exhausted. I didn't want to hear anything. I wasn't a fun person to be around. And I started feeling that this childcare business that I had started was slowly sucking the energy out of me. I was spread so thin and I was feeling extreme burnout. And I knew at that point that that's not what I wanted for my life. That wasn't the vision that I had for my business. So I had to stop and make some changes. And one of those changes that I had to really make was being okay with taking some of the tasks off of my list and giving them up to someone else to do. And I know as a business owner, we love being in control of a lot of things, but if you don't want to burn yourself out, you have to understand that only because you hire out or you outsource or you delegate a task to someone in your team, that doesn't mean that you're a bad boss. That doesn't mean you're a bad childcare business owner. It just means that you know there's only so much you can do, and you'd rather take that time and focus on tasks that you know you're amazing at, and you know that bring you joy, and you know that is growing and moving your business forward. So, only because you know how to do everything in your childcare business does not mean that you have to be the one doing everything. My name is Christina Rizakos. I help new aspiring and struggling childcare business owners operate businesses they adore. And I want to talk a little bit about how to outsource tasks, where to find these people that you're going to hire that are going to help you, and what types of tasks should you be delegating or outsourcing to make your life easier. So let's start with the first part. What types of tasks should I be outsourcing? Well, this is going to look different for you depending on the type of center you're running. If you're a solopreneur, you are going to want to outsource tasks that you don't necessarily have the time in doing because you are the solopreneur. So this can be your accounting, it could be your social media platforms, it could be your marketing, your Facebook ads, it could be anything technical, graphic design, right? You get the drift. If you're someone that is operating a bigger center and you have employees that can help, now this is going to look so much more different for you because you have the option of not only outsourcing tasks, but you can also delegate, give more responsibility to the people that you have hired in your team. So I know for me, one of the things that I did not like doing was inventory. I actually found it really boring and I hated going into, our storage room with a big clipboard and going through all sorts of things all the time every single month. We had to do this every month, do inventory of food and cleaning supplies and toilet paper and all sorts of things. And I just didn't enjoy doing that, but I knew that it had to be done, right? So I delegated this task to the person that worked in the kitchen. She had time in her week to go inside our storage room. She had a clipboard that we had produced for her, and she knew what she had to do. At the end of the week, she gave me a list with the stock that I needed to reorder. And that was a load off because I wasn't spending my time in the storage room physically doing the inventory. All I had to do was just order the stuff that she told me to order, right? Another thing that I started delegating because I did have staff was schedules. I didn't want to be in charge of scheduling anymore because there was always something happening. Someone called in sick, someone had to come in a little bit late the next morning, somebody's child forgot their lunch at school and then she had to go drive and give them their lunch and she had to take a longer lunch break. Whatever that was, I didn't want to be in charge of that anymore. So I took my lead educator on the side and I asked her, would she be in charge of schedules? And she was excited to do so. She did a great job, took care of all of that, so I didn't have to worry about the schedule. All I knew is that I had qualified staff working on the floor, and that's all I needed to know, right? Everything else was taken care of because she was in charge of their schedules, so I know that I didn't have to worry about that. If you're a home daycare owner or even a childcare business owner, maybe tech freaks you out. Maybe you're someone that doesn't necessarily want to be learning how to, write on social media, or how to attract customers on social media, or how to, update your website, or maybe if you have a blog or Facebook ads, right? Marketing. A lot of people don't want to be spending their time doing that. And what I find happens is that they just don't, right? They don't have a website just because they don't have time, or they don't have Facebook ads out to grow their email list because they just don't have time, or they just don't know how to do it. So they just decide to kind of just brush it off. Well, that's not what you want to be doing. If tech freaks you out, if tech is something that you're really uncomfortable with, you can outsource that. And if you don't have someone local to outsource that to, I would suggest hiring a virtual assistant. They're cheaper and they are as skilled as someone that you would hire face to face. I'll put some links under the video, but what a virtual assistant basically is someone that is going to assist you in tasks in your business, but they're not physically there, and they may be in a different country, but they are skilled and ready to work, and they cost a fraction of the price of someone that you would hire in your town. So what types of tasks would you outsource? Well, you can outsource anything, right? So I'll give you just a few examples. I mentioned marketing and Facebook ads. You can outsource someone to be on your social media platforms and posting for you every day, and engaging with people that like the posts, or if you have questions about your center, right? You can give them like a sheet of paper with Q&As, and then they can just go back and answer any questions that may come in. You can hire someone to write your blog posts if you have a blog on your website. You can hire someone to develop your website and update it accordingly. You can hire someone to make sure that your wait list of potential customers is up to date and those people are still interested in a spot in your center. You can hire someone to do any type of graphic designs or any templates for documents, any logo design, anything of that nature. If you're not someone that is skilled in graphic design, well, you can hire someone to do this, and this person is not going to charge you an arm and a leg. I'll post some links under the video. You'll see that it's not as expensive as you might think. As a business owner, just because you know to do probably everything in your business doesn't necessarily mean that you should be the one doing everything. I know for me, it took me a long time to outsource things like accounting and anything that had to do with marketing, but I know that in the long run it saved me so much time, because then I could focus on doing other things that were important to me, like nurture the relationship with my staff, right? I would go in and check in on the staff and see how their days were going, what the programming was like, and what types of things they needed from me as a boss. I would have longer conversations with parents when they would drop off their kids in the morning, because I wanted my clients to feel like they weren't just a fee for me. Like I really cared about their lives and what they did in the weekend and how they spent their vacations in the summer. I was genuinely interested, and it was just real conversations with parents that would just drop off their kids in the morning, right? Versus just dropping off your kid in the morning and kind of rushing out the door. That wasn't something that I wanted in my center. So when I had more free time to be in front and be in the hallway, then I had those kinds of connections with my customers, which meant everything to me. I had more time to do things that I enjoy doing outside of the daycare, right? So I had staff working, everything flowed well, we had procedures in place, everyone knew what they had to do. So that meant that I didn't necessarily need to be in the center 12 hours a day the way I was doing, right? I could take a day off and go to the spa and get a massage, or I could just go home early and just work on some stuff that I wanted to work at home, or take an aerobics class on a Tuesday morning at the local gym, right? I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel like I had to be in the storage room doing how much paperwork do I have left, because I had delegated that task to someone else. So I want you to think about that. What are the tasks that are sucking you dry? Tasks that are not very pleasant for you to do, tasks that you know that if someone knocked at your door and told you, you know what, I'll take care of that for you, you would be so appreciative. Make a list of them and then check out the links that I posted underneath this video, and all you have to do is go on those links and post a request. It's kind of like posting a job offer. So you're basically going in and creating a profile for yourself, and you are detailing what the task is that you want to fill, right? What is this position that you want to fill? Is it for your website? Is it graphic design? Is it someone in charge of your social media platforms? And then you can actually set your own budget and the hours a week or a month that you want to hire. And then all you have to do is go down the messages that you'll receive, and then you'll find the best fit for you. You don't have to do everything in your business. We are living in such an exciting time right now where there's so many tools and resources out there for us as business owners to take advantage of. Okay, so if you're stuck right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if there's things in your business that are stressing you out, breathe, make a list of all those tasks that you'd like to outsource, and start hiring things out. And maybe you'll have to start small. Maybe you'll have to delegate a couple of things to your staff, or maybe you'll have to outsource one or two technical things to see how you feel, and that's fine. That's better than nothing. But all you have to do is acknowledge the fact that as a business owner, you have to be the visionary for your business. You have to be the one that puts on the CEO hat, and you're in charge of your business, and you know that every day that you're there, that you're scaling your business, or that you're making it better and better and better. And you can't do that if you're stressing all the time about developing a website, or posting 2-3 times on social media, or making sure that you answered all the messages or in your inbox, right? You can outsource those tasks so that you can focus on shining in the areas that you shine best in, and you can grow your business and scale it to the business that you have envisioned for yourself. So in the comments and underneath the video, I'd love to hear, what is one task that you know you need to outsource now? And the second thing I want you to type after that is, why haven't you outsourced it yet? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.